decided to create a video so that you are really clear as parents and carers what our plan is for the next few weeks as we return to school in 2021. Firstly, we'd like to take this opportunity to send our love and prayers to those members of our school community who are suffering or recovering from the COVID virus and from other illnesses that have meant that this holiday period has been a really difficult time for them. When making decisions about whether we can mitigate the risk successfully and open the school, we look at the COVID infection rate maps that you can see on the DfE Gov website. Our children live in areas with rolling rates of between 621 and 723 per 100,000, meaning that our community is in a high risk area. We also look at the British Medical Council guidance that helps us to make decisions about where learning should take place and what learning should look like. All learning within schools, particularly primary where no PPE is provided and it is not recommended that the teachers wear masks, puts us in a medium to high risk category for running sessions. We look at ways that we can reduce the risk, and it's important for people to understand that when Boris Johnson and Gavin Williams say schools are safe, what they actually mean is that we have worked tirelessly to find ways of reducing risk. But evidence suggests that the risk of transmission in schools is medium to high, and that in any primary school at any time you are looking at about 1 in 15 pupils who probably are asymptomatic who have got coronavirus. That said, we at St Frideswide are committed to serving our community, and we are going to reopen on the 5th of January in line with government guidance. We will continue to support families who make the decision to switch their learning to learning at home, and we are committed that every child has access to appropriate blended learning. If you, as a family, make the decision that you want your child to learn from home, we will support you daily by a member of staff making contact with you, and we will support you in accessing our Learn platform, as well as delivering work to homes where it is not possible for you to do so. We will also continue to support all of our families who wish to send their children to school. We understand that you might be a critical worker who needs your children to come into school, and we do not want you to feel anxious about having to make that decision. We understand that it is hard for parents to pick through the huge amount of misinformation that is being put into the public domain, and are here to support you in trying to make those decisions. We will not penalise any family who chooses to keep their child at home, and we will continue to welcome all families in until such a time as the government changes their mind or suggests that this is unsafe for us to do so. We would like to make it clear as a staff team that we stand in solidarity with our colleagues across the county and the country who have had to make a difficult decision to close schools. We understand that this does not mean that pupils are not learning, and a closed school is still a school that's open to many children on a daily basis. We know that those schools and those communities are doing so because it is what's in the very best interests of their staff and children. So at St Frideswide, what are we doing to reduce the risk further? It is true to say that the new strain of the coronavirus is particularly prevalent in Oxford and the South East. So we know that transmission rates are 50% higher. So it is not possible for us to say that our school is completely COVID safe. We're going to keep all the measures in place that we had in place before, but we're going to do a few extra things. And it's really important that in order for us to keep that risk as low as we can, that you support us in following the things that we ask you to do. Firstly, we would like all children to come to school with extra layers. So making sure that they have a t-shirt on and a jumper and a thick coat and gloves so that they are able to be outside as much as possible, and so that we are able to keep all the windows open all day. This is to help the air circulate through the building and reduce risk. We're going to move all PPA so that pupils are only taught by one group of adults. We're going to allow pupils in years 3 to 6 to choose to wear a mask to school. And if your child would like to wear a face covering or mask, we ask that you send them with a bag that they can put that into when they choose not to wear them. We're going to move as much learning outside as is possible for the early years. This is because we know these children can't socially distance, and the evidence from the British Medical Council suggests that the only space where we can really reduce risk at all is by keeping children outside with adults wearing face coverings. We're going to close the office to all parents and ask that you communicate with us via email, via telephone or via planned Zoom sessions. We're also going to ask all our staff who can to wear face coverings, but we would ask that you do not try to interact with staff at the beginning and end of the day, and if you need to communicate with them, please do so through your SLT member. We'd also like you to inform your phase leader via email if you are entering into a childcare or support bubble, and would remind you that in a Tier 4 area like Oxford, this is limited to one family. Please drop your children and go. Email queries, telephone the office. If your child is in the pod to Year 1, please leave them at the gate with Fiona, who will show them to their class teacher. Please use the one-way system that is in place and drop your older children off first. When collecting these children in years 2 to 6, please stand on the grassed area opposite the entrance. Do not use the car parks. Please do not congregate in groups. We will also alter breakfast club and after school club to be zoned in family groups, and if this affects you, we will explain how you will need to work via a separate email.